Hello viewers, in this video I'm going to show you how to install Oracle12c database in Suse Enterprise Linux 11 SP4. Okay, so there are few requests I had where someone has requested to show how to install Oracle12c in Suse Linux, because it seems like there are many documents and videos out there for installation of database in Redhat servers and CentOS servers, but there is no in Suse Linux. So that is why I'm just going to prepare this video where I'm going to show you Oracle12c installation in Suse Linux servers, and also I will show you one important troubleshooting regarding when you install Oracle12c in Linux system, irrespective of Red Hat system or Suse Linux. There is some issues when we install. It says the display variable is not set, and again if we set those variables, even though it is not going to work, and it throws the same errors, and ultimately the installation is failed. So I will show you a very easy way how to get rid of that error, and you can continue with your installation. So for that, I have one system which is running in VMware. Okay, so right now I have around 2 GB of memory, and swap is around 2 GB. Okay, and memory is around 2 GB, so in total it is around 4 GB space I have. And I have created one directory called /home Oracle, and inside this directory I have downloaded the package for Oracle12c. You can see these two packages. Okay, so if I just do do-ss to check, it is around 2.6 GB of size, and I have downloaded this package from Oracle site. If you go to Oracle and download section, you'll be able to see those packages available here. You just have to accept the license agreement and you can download the package from here. Okay, so I have downloaded and I did a WinSCP to this system, and I have copied here. So first thing what I'm going to do is I'm just going to unzip those files. It will going to take some time because it is a pretty big file. So let me just try to unzip it. Okay, so the first file is extract and unzip. Now you can see there is one directory called database which is created, and the first file contained is went inside this directory location. Okay, so let me just unzip the next file, so which is database 2 of 2. Okay, so my next file is also unzipped. So now both of this file is not required. I can remove those two files because all the content for those two files are currently inside this location. So let me just remove those two zip file. Okay, so now I have all the content inside this location. Okay, so the next step is, so now this is the home directory for user Oracle, but I need a directory where my data, my Oracle database is going to install. Okay, so right now I have one VG called data VG, and inside this this LVM is mounted, and this is going to be the data directory for my Oracle. Okay, so let me just mount it. Before that, what I'm going to do, in this prerequisite, in order to install your Oracle database, you need to follow or set some prerequisite. Without your prerequisite, installation will going to fail, so you have to ensure that those prerequisite you have set. So first thing is you have to update your servers to up to date. Okay, so this is the command through which you can do, and you have to update your /etc file, and your host information needs to be there. And third, you have to install some packages. Okay, so what I will going to do is I'll take a duplicate session here. and login as root. Okay, so let me just try to install it. Okay, let me before that I will just going to show you something. It is just sw single. So here we use TOI widget in software selection widget. Okay, so in here you will see the filter section, so just press Alt F and go to pattern, and you can see there are packages informations. Okay, so first thing is base system is installed, and 32-bit environment is not required. Then next thing is X11 packages, those needs to be installed, so ensure those packages are installed. And let me scroll down below, and you can see here Oracle server base. So if you select this, let me select it. Okay, so there are some packages which required by Oracle will going to install, and also the last one C/C++ compiler pattern section. Okay, so you have to select this also, because when you select this you will be able to see there are so many packages which is required by Oracle. Example GCC and glibc and other packages which is required by Oracle. Okay, so when I select this package and install, you would see there is a user automatically will going to create, which is going to be an Oracle user, and there would be one or two groups will create with regards to Oracle. Okay, so let me just try to install those packages. Accept. Okay, and the installation package process just started, and it is installing packages one by one. So my package installation is about to finish, so it will probably going to take 10 or 20 seconds. Done. So my packages are installed. Now if I just grab Oracle/etc password, I can see one user called Oracle is created, and home directory is opt Oracle by default, and there is no bash, so I'm going to change that one. Okay, so now let me try to install. These are the packages, and now you can see only one package has been installed, two packages have been installed regarding Unix or DBC. So rest all packages are already installed when we select that pattern, right? So the next step is to create groups. Let me create those groups. Now you can see there is already O install is there on the server, DBA is also there, so it is not required because it is created already. And now I'm just going to, okay, it is bash only I require, and instead of user add, because user is already available, I am just going to do user mod to change the setting for user, or install bin bash. And also I need a home directory to be changed because it is opt Oracle now, so I need to change it to home Oracle, and shell is bin bash, and user is Oracle. Okay, so now if I do a grep Oracle password, I can see it is Oracle, and I also have a bash for the user. So let me set the password for user Oracle. I just set the password as Redhat, and let me create the directory for where my database is going to install. Okay, so and permission should be Oracle or install. So let me just mount that file system. So this file system is currently not mounted, so let me just go inside fstep file and update the LV information here, or data, and mount point is this one. File system type is ext3, it is default, and it will not going to check in boot. That's it, and let me just mount it. So my database is going to install in this location, and let me see what is the next step. So next step is to update my current parameter settings required by Oracle. sysctl.conf file. Okay, so I have updated those, and also limit for user Oracle, the soft and hard limit for files, security limit, and you can see there are some entries been created already when I select those pattern and install those packages. So I just remove them and newly created, and to make them online, sysctl-p, and unzip those files which I have already done, and I need to change the parameter for database directory to Oracle for install. So let me run this command here, done, and sysctl-p to make those changes online. And let me go to, I think I have to change the permission for home directory. It is root. Let me just change it to Oracle or install home Oracle. Okay, so let me switch to Oracle user now and set the variables for user base.rc, and inside this location I will update my home directory information. My database name is going to be testdb, and this is my home directory location. Okay, so and other variables regarding Oracle home and temp directory. So let me just save it, and the next change is to update my base profile, and let me add those lines also. And what else I have, and I can log in and export the display and xhost IP to launch my Oracle installation widget. I need to go inside this location and I have to run this installer. Okay, so now I'm currently in Oracle home directory, and let me go to database, and let me, before that I just need to run this command. My host name is, let me set the IP instead of host name, 168.169.128 is my IP, and xhost plus IP. Unable to open display. See, you are unable to do that even though if you set it. And if I just echo for display, okay, it is showing now. Anyway, let's try, and let's try to launch it and see whether it is going to work or not. See, when I run this, even though it is saying this display variable is not set, and it throwing this error, right? So how would we get rid of this? Let me just remove this file, because this is just created when we initiate this installer. Okay, so how will you get rid of this one? It is a simple and easy way. I will show you. The IP is 128. So let me copy the IP here and enable your X11 in your putty. Go to session. Let me change the font size to a little bigger, 12. Okay, and you need an Xming installed in your system, and you have to launch that Xming. Otherwise, you won't be able to have the GUI wizard session. So go to your system and initiate the Xming. So this is the Xming which is I have installed in my system. Okay, it is free in internet. It's just a KB file. Please download and install in your system and launch it. So I have launched the Xming, and let me open the session. So when you open a session, you just have to log in with user Oracle. Instead of other users, you have to log in with user Oracle. So when you log in as user Oracle, it will log in with all the variables required by Oracle. Okay, so now I have logged in with user Oracle, and also I can see there is an Xming X Windows authority file has been created under this location. If you wanted to move it, you can check. Okay, I think you should be a root to check that information. Anyway, so now I'm in user home directory, Oracle home directory. Let me go to database directory, right? And this is the installer. Let me run the installer and see whether it gives any error or not. So now you can see there is no error. Here it says that 500 MB of free space should be available in your temp directory, and swap should be more than 150 MB, which is also passed. And third thing is most important regarding the display, at least 250 colors, actually is this one, and it is passed. So we do not have any issues regarding the display. So whereas in this session where I logged in as user root and switch to Oracle user, and I try to initiate installation, it throws so many error. It gives the color has been not set. Even I have set the variables, it throws the same error. So it is the best way to get rid of this error, that you have to log in with user Oracle, and if you log in with that, you would not face any error here. So I have initiated. You would be able to see the Oracle installation widget momentarily. So it is depend on your memory in your system which you have available. See, you can see here the widget, and the next steps are pretty simple. I have already prepared one video regarding Oracle installation in Redhat Linux, so you can follow that video to see. Again, I'm just going to install it. So I'm going to use the first option, create and configure the database, and second thing, I'm going to use a server class and single instance instead of Oracle reg. I'm going to use the advanced installation mode, and default language is English, and this will going to take this mini size 6.4. So this is what I have updated in my variable files for user Oracle. Okay, so unable to create. Okay, so I think I have mounted that file system later, because of that it is coming. So let me just change those information one more time here itself. Okay, so I have changed the permission as user Oracle and set that permission as Oracle and install for the group. And now let me try to go next, and let's see. And it seems it is fine now. and my inventory directory is default this one, and new, and I'm going to give my database name as testdb as I mentioned in my variable file, and I will go with the default memory and file system information where it is going to install, and I'm not going to register my system with EM, and enable recovery. I'm going with the default option, and the password for everything I'm just going to set the same password for all users. Next, continue. I will go with default, and here it says some kernel parameter settings and swap size. There are two warning, you can fix those. Just click on this fix, and you can see there is one script I need to run as root temp cvu 12.1020 Oracle run fix up script. So let me just run it. Run fix up sh. Okay, so I'm just running that. It is successfully run, and let me say okay now, and it is again checking, and currently now it found only that kernel. I think it is fixed. Let me just go back and say next. Okay, so now it is only a swap size which is giving a warning saying it is not recommended. So what are the swap size I have specify here? You can see actual value is around 2 GB, but it is required this much. But anyway, I can extend the swap size later. It's not an issue. So I'll say just ignore all and say next, continue. And this is a summary. You can see what are the settings you have selected. If you wanted to change anything, you can just click on edit and you can change it. So let me start the installation. I just click on install, and my installation of Oracle Database 12c is started, and now you can see the 7% is completed. So my Oracle installation is just 20% completed. Now you can see it is trying to copy all the files which is under SLES database. I showed you that directory location, and it is going to install, and there are many steps it is going to follow. So here one important section where it will ask to run some script which is required to run by Oracle. Okay, so it will going to take some time. I'm going to pause my video for now, and when it will come to this section to run root script, I will resume my video back. Okay guys, so here is the section where it shows, and it is asking me to execute some script as root. Okay, so these are the two scripts I need to run as root. So let me just go to my server and run them as root. Or inventory or inst root. Okay, that is done, and next thing is app Oracle product. DB home and root.sh. So it is asking where those binaries is going to install, so I'm just going to say user bin, and that is done, right? So now let me just say okay here, and now you can see that execute root script is completed and it checked as right mark, and now it is currently trying to configure the database. We are almost there. Now you can see there is one more window popped out where it is saying copying database file and creating Oracle instance. So currently it is 85% completed. So here you can see my file system utilization for Oracle Home. It is used about 31%, and the data directory where this database is installing is about 58% used. And now you can see my installation is completed, and it gives in pop-up window saying your database name is this one and it is installed this location, and my EM console link is this one, the server name, and I need to use the port 5500. And if you wanted to see more information regarding the password which you have said, you can click on this and you would see this information here. And let me just say OK for now, and it is going to complete. For some reason I think my partition is terminating, but I'm not but this will not going to cause any issues since my installation is completed. Let me just close it. Okay, so I just did a watch to the FFNH here, so I was just looking the file system utilization, so it is the same. And let me just try to see whether my database is installed, and I can see this process testdb Oracle is running. And also if I check for my listener is also started and it is running. So let me just go inside this Oracle and runs SQL plus SysDB. And if you wanted to see show parameters, and it is showing show parameter memory, and it is showing the memory information. Okay, and let me just exit. And for listener it is sys lsnr ctl status. I can see my listener is running. So for my EM console, let me just go back to here, and this is my IP 192.168.169.128, and port is 5500. Let me just try to do HTTPS. And let me just log in as system user, and password which I have set default Redhat 124 for all the users. And here is your Oracle Enterprise Manager console, from where you can monitor and check your database information. So this is it, guys. This is pretty simple. Installation is pretty simple if you have ensure that your prerequisite has been done properly, right? So it is not going to cause any issue for your database installation. And also the important troubleshooting step which I have told you, that when you start your Oracle installation, instead of login as root, for example currently I am logging as root, right? And you would need to go as Oracle like this, and if you initiate your installation, it will give you a lot of issues while installation. So instead you just have to take a duplicate session for your partition, and you have to log in with Oracle user and start your installation. Okay, so this is it guys. So it is pretty simple. Let me know if you have any issues when you try to install your database. I will try to help you. And also it is very important to tell me if you have any issues, because I wanted to have an interactive session with you all viewers. Any issues, any doubts, anything you would like to know, and I also prepare video on demand. If you have anything, let me know. I will try to prepare those videos for you. Okay, and also please subscribe my channel. It is very important. If you subscribe my channel, it will help you and also help me, because when you subscribe my channel, default when I'm going to upload any videos in my channel, you will get a notification, and that video may help you, right? So that video can help you, and that could be beneficial for you. And also, if you subscribe my channel and if you like my videos, that means that the video which I have uploaded, it is relevant, so it will be helpful for others as well. Okay, so thank you so much for watching my videos. Have a good day.